And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster and I am touching. How you guys doing? There's a whole lot in the news. And so we're going to have to tackle a whole lot today just so everyone can know where to go to get some of this news that's happening. The tariff war is maybe on a month postponement. Let's see with Mexico. We'll talk about that. Also today is obviously our Motivation Monday. So it's Motivation Monday, and we will talk about how to break. Let me just get that in there. Let me get that. Oh, sorry about that. How to break free from the constraints, personal constraints, the constraints around us. So that's what we'll close with today, is how to break away from those constraints. And yeah, here we are. Here we are. A lot is going on in the news. The stock market has taken a plunge. And so 401ks are not looking too good this morning. And you can thank the Orange Menace for all of this. He is, I didn't think it was going to happen this soon, but we could be in some major trouble as a country in so many ways. We knew it was going to get crazy, but we did not know it was going to get this crazy, this fast. And so there's a lot going on. So hold on to your seats. We're going to flow through a lot of this stuff quickly. And because this is where we are. This is where we are today. And so good morning to everyone that's tuning in. You are tuning in on Twitch. Hello, and all the Twitch folks out there. If you are tuning in on Instagram, it's so good to see you on Instagram. I see you, Mr. Pet. Mr. Petman is in the building. I see you. And anyone that's in Instagram, come on over to our YouTube channel. Just go to Touch Base Daily on Google. Just Google it and it'll pop up on the screen and you can join in on the conversation. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. So much to talk about. Okay, so, whew. Well, first of all, let me send some greetings. We can't get so carried away without greeting folks. Okay, let's do that. Let's do the greeting, and that's where we are. So let's say hello to some folks. Hannah is the first in the building. Hannah says, good morning, Ron and Touch Base Daily family. Chris is next in the building. She says, good morning with a nice sunny sunshine. And Janet is in third place today. She says, good morning, Hannah, Ron and Touch Base Daily family. Not far behind is the wonderful Omar. Good morning, Omar. So good to see you. Amparo's in the building. And Amparo, you and I will be talking later on. Man. And Omar says, Luka being traded to the Luka's being traded to the Lakers is just devastating for Maverick fans. Oh, okay. That's a sports thing in there. Lisa says, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Rosemary is in the building. She says, let me get that up there. Oh, here. Wait, what happened? Rosemary, what's going on there? What in the, hold on a second. The screen is out of whack. There we go. She says, good morning, Ron. And we have Mr. Bryson. Oh, where's my drink? It's Mr. Bryson. I got to take a sip. Okay. Mr. Bryson says, what's up, Ron? What's up, RLP fam? What's up, CQ fam? Freshing off, or I guess he's right. Freshing off from the Grammys and watched the Grammys last night, and Beyonce took home the gold of album of the year. Thank you, Bryson. And Kelly A is in the building. She says, good morning, everyone. Yes, it's gonna be a good morning. Lisa says, so Ron, do you recommend still just leaving our money in the market and wait it out? Oh, I can't give you financial advice because I do not have my SECs and I do not have my 63 or my Series 7. So I can only suggest, as in it's a friend, money should stay in place until further notice that I know of. However, I'm doing nothing. The best thing is, I always say when the market goes down, that just simply means the market is on sale. So you want to purchase something in the market, it's time to purchase it today because the market's on sale. Think of it that way. But yes, I did study for my Series 7 and I had my 6.3. And guess what? Can't give you any advice. And Kimmy says, "Hi everyone. Good morning, Kimmy. Yes, she was my friend before, but now she's really a deeper friend. Giving me a great tour of Pennsylvania on Saturday. Had a great time in Philadelphia. It was great. Jazzy Jazz is in the building. She says, "Good morning, beautiful people." Elise is in the morning. Good morning. Excuse me. She says, "Everyone." Elise and I sat at Junior's restaurant yesterday. Elise was in New York. I think she's maybe on her way back home. And she and I were engaged in conversation. She arrived at the restaurant about roughly 5:40-ish, somewhere around there. We did not leave out of Junior's till 10 to 11. We talked so much and so long. I had to order another plate of food. Oh man, we had a great time last night. Thank you, Elise, for stopping into New York and sharing time with me. Also, I had a great time early in the morning. I was in northern Harlem on the west side and had an amazing, I should say, and I didn't have it, but I attended an amazing birthday party for one of my friends, model, vlogger. She does so much in media, but she is one of my favorite models, and she invited me with her family. I felt so honored to be with her family and friends, and we had a great time at her party yesterday in Harlem. So I had a busy weekend. It was a weekend of friends, and friends. So I am so thankful for friends that think of me to invite me to the places that they are, or to say, "Hey, Ron, you're coming to my town. I got you. Let's go out. I got you." Okay, so anyway, let me see some more greetings. I see Dread is in the building. Dread D72 is in the building. She says, "Good morning, everyone." And we have I Am Reese is in the building. She says, "Good morning. Morning to all the RLP cousins." Yes, cuzzo. Yes. Okay. And who else is in the building? Chris. Kimmy says Chris Brown won a Grammy last night as well. Congratulations to Chris Brown. I believe in comebacks. Do you believe in comebacks? And Bryson says the Beehives are feeling good last night after winning Album of the Year. Yes, I did see the footage, and people were losing their minds in the audience. Even I saw the footage through Don Lemon's phone, and the people were screaming and yelling, "Album of the Year!" Okay, Derek is in the building. What's going on, Mr. D Tuggle? D Tuggle is in the building. Good morning, Mr. D Tuggle. And I will be following you on Twitch at 4 o'clock. I do believe you are doing your DJ thing on 4 o'clock on Twitch. So if anybody want to join us, if that's you can make sure I'm confirming, Derek. I'm confirming. I did see 4 o'clock today, and I put a notification in so that way, if you are DJing, I will be there. Okay, let's see here. Good morning. And Elise says, "Thank you, Ron." Yeah, you got it. What's up, Derek? Good morning, Derek. All the Derek lovers are in the building. DeSava is in the building. DeSava is in the building. Good morning. Yes, Lisa, we're going to get to that breaking news. I have it all queued in. Let's see here. Kimmy. Okay, everyone's in. Okay, here we go. I got all the greetings in. Oh, let me just check over into Instagram. Who's out there? I see Claudine Harrison is in there. Frank C. Mr. Frank is in the building. Mayab is in the building. 790 is in the building. Sherry Amore is in the building in Instagram. So guys, if you are in Instagram, you will get a better experience if you come on over to YouTube. Join us in YouTube. Yes, Sherry, it's been too long. It's been too long. But join us over in YouTube. YouTube is where we live. So if you are on YouTube, if you're not on YouTube, get on YouTube and make sure so that way you can interact with us. You can put your comments on the screen and we can put them on the screen as you're conversing with us. Okay, let me just knock this one off. Thank you, Dee. And so this is Motivation Monday. The first part is news. The other half is going to be our motivation moment for the week to get you going for the rest of the week. And we're going to be celebrating African American history all month. So all the quotes that we do this month are going to be from amazing African Americans. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing this month. And we're going to be doing also sharing a couple of other people that are coming, some other guests that are going to be here this month. So this February is my birthday month. So I'm excited. All the February birthday people in the room, give a scream, give a yell, give a shout. And I see you in the building. There you are, Dre D. She says, yes, it took me a minute, but I'm here. There you go. Welcome. Mick, you made the transition. D says, Ron, I will be actually DJing tomorrow. Okay, today is the last day of my streaming fast. So you'll be on tomorrow. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. I will join you tomorrow. Okay, I will join you tomorrow after my doctor's appointment. And just so you know, also tomorrow we will not have a Touch Base Daily because I am having what they call my medical clearance examination for my surgery that's coming up. So that's I'll be getting my general practitioner is going to be giving me my okay for surgery. So that will be happening tomorrow. That's where I'll be at 11 o'clock. So, okay, let's see here. Yes, Aquarius gang. Yes, it is Aquarius season. Right now, it's all about the Aquarius. The people that love to teach others, the people that like to inform, the people that like to educate. Those Aquarius are full of life because they are filled with what? Water. They are the water sign. Okay, you'll be turning 61 this year. Yes, I will be turning 61 on the 23rd. The 23rd of this month, I will be turning 61. Ooh, 61 never looked so good and had so much energy. My grandparents, when they were 61, did not do anything that I'm doing today. I love my grandparents. Now that none of my grandparents are with me now, but I do admire them because they did the best they could in their time. But Ron has taken it to the next level. I will tell you, I have taken it to the next level. Okay, it's time to get into some news. It is time to get into some news. First bit of news I want to put out there. Hold on a second. I have it all. If you haven't seen this, you will see it now. And I just want we're going to talk about it as a group, as our community. And then we're going to talk about how we can benefit from this and how we can start thinking about how we can help each other or how we can get ready and prep for what's going on in the world. Here we go. First out the box.
I am announcing Canada will be responding to the U.S. trade action with 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods. This will include immediate tariffs on $30 billion worth of goods as of Tuesday, followed by further tariffs on $125 billion worth of American products in 21 days' time to allow Canadian companies and supply chains to seek to find alternatives. Like the American tariffs, our response will also be far-reaching and include everyday items such as American beer, wine, and bourbon, fruits and fruit juices, including orange juice, along with vegetables, perfume, clothing, and shoes. It'll include major consumer products like household appliances, furniture, and sports equipment, and materials like lumber and plastics, along with much, much more.
Record-breaking global super.
And there you have it. But think about what that means for, Canada is one of our biggest trading partners. And this is going to be, well, I don't know if you saw this morning, the stock market, I think is still, let me see where the stock market is right now. The stock market was down 640 points earlier, and for the opening. And I do believe, let me just get that on my screen here. The stock market is where is it right now? Stock market. It is still streaming. Stock market is still down. Let's get that overview here. Yeah, stock market today, live updates. Okay, so here we are. So it looks like it's a little bit of recovery happening right now. Looks like, no, it's down to 665. If anyone has that right now, 600. Let me see. Has it come back up? Hold on a second. View quote details. Hold on a second. Okay, it looks like the market has made a little bit of a comeback, and I will tell you why it made a comeback. Because Mexico and the Orange Man have seemed to have an agreement to postpone it for a month, and they are negotiating. And so the market is making a comeback, but the market had gone down as far as 665 points, which was affecting everybody's 401ks, your pensions, all the things that are out there that are connected to the market was low and losing ground this morning. And Elise says, I don't think she's caved yet. I mean, they say they're negotiating. She's brought some negotiation stuff to the table as well, like keeping American guns out of Mexico. So she's coming to the table with a bargain. She's saying, look, if we're going to go through, if we're going to have this situation, I want this. So she hasn't caved. They're in negotiating mode and is in postpone, looks like, for 1 month. Okay, so, and I do believe I have that headlines as well. Hold on a second. Let's get that up there so you can see. There we go. Let's see here. And yeah, here we go. And the last update. So it looks like, now this is 37 minutes ago. Live update, Mexico says it reached deal to delay Trump's tariffs. President Claudia Sheinbaum said her country struck a deal to put a tariff on hold for a month, but levies on Canada and China were still set to take effect on Tuesday. U.S. shares fell at the opening bell following drops in Asian, European markets and fears of a trade war. Now, again, for all the globalists out there, the people that know what's going on around the globe, like myself, everything is global. Remember that. You cannot do something in the United States and it doesn't affect the rest of the world. Same thing with stuff that happens around the world affects the United States. So we are not alone on the planet. There's no such thing as being an isolationist, even though these folks with the mega brains think that is a good plan. People need to go back to 1929, to the crash of 29, right? And think about what happened in the 1920s into the 1930s, and tariffs were implemented, and it made the depression worse. Tariffs do not work. Tariffs, if we could say it over and over again, tariffs do not work. Tell your best friends, tell your friends, tariffs do not work. Yes, Elise says The truth is he is also under pressure to keep food prices down because everything we do in America is impacted by what goes on in Canada and Mexico. We are on the North American continent together. We are long-term allies. We fought wars together. This is how you treat your friends. I was talking to Gwendolyn this morning. She's on I said on assignment, but she's at the Image USA event today. Canada gave their firefighters to California to put out the fires a couple of weeks ago. And this is how you return your favor. This is good. This shows you that Trump has no ability to be. He doesn't believe in allegiance, even though he wants you to be allegiant to him. He has no ability to see beyond himself. Beyond himself. Kimmy says, unfortunately, if the world caved into this nonsense, it will exacerbate everything. Yeah, I got that right. Nobody other than Putin likes him. Putin doesn't even, well, Putin likes him because he's almost like an advocate. He's helping Putin. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit, about how some new stuff that happened this weekend is going to affect America relationship with Africa. Africa has all of the main resources that we need for so many things. Resources, right? Smartphone, every smartphone you have on the planet is connected to Africa. What goes on in Africa affects everybody around the world. What goes on any place in the world affects us all. We are a global society. The mega brains don't think so. They think it's America great, we gotta be America. Me America, like cavemen. They can't see beyond the borders of America. But what happens around the world affects us, and what happens in America affects them. But these tariffs, 25% in Canada, 10% China, 25% Mexico. So Mexico has stayed off her, for her country for a month. However, the White House has not announced it yet. So beware of that, unless they done so in the last 37 minutes. Says, oh, new update. Let's see here. New update. Okay. So the market is coming back a little bit based on that news. Yeah. So here we go. So stay tuned. Elise hits it on the nose. She says he's helping Putin with the Ukraine situation. But also says, I've had the opportunity to go to Africa. Maybe there's some other people out there that have been to Africa, and you are acquainted with what's going on in Africa. The Russians and the Chinese are everywhere on the continent. And with Trump's policies, they're pushing America totally out of the ball game. The game is America is losing its influences and using its connections in Africa, which they need. But while Americans, this dumb mega people, sorry to call you that, but that's who you are, they want to be isolationists. And they don't understand that the people of color are just as important as the white people in the world. Because we are all in this together. When one side of the planet goes down, We all go down. Hello, remember COVID? Right? Remember back when there was Ebola and Obama and then sent the scientists and the doctors over to Africa to make sure they can, quarantined and isolated Ebola so it wouldn't spread? We need each other. The world need each other. We need each other. The countries need one another. Right? Frank says that on Instagram, Frank says the orange man negotiated the USMCA agreement in his first term. Guess he feels agreements don't mean much. He's ruining the fabric of the world. What's going on, Jamel? I see you in the building. I see Jamel. I see Laney Lane in the building. I see you guys. Again, if you are in, hey, my app is in the building. If you are in Instagram, come on over to our YouTube channel, Touch Base Daily. Just go into Google, click in Touch Base Daily, and you will be here. Okay, next up. So now you know what's going on there. That is so important. That is very important news there. So you need to know that. You need to know because Canada, if I can break it down, Canada has influences on our hydro energy, right? So this could go very, very bad, very fast, meaning that, and it's still winter. It's still winter. In places like Texas and the people that are on the grid, what they call the power grid, Canada controls the power grid for America. In many areas, the Midwest, Texas, Oklahoma, I do believe, Kansas, right? Now, what happens if they say, you know what, we're going to have to, we're in a war now, we're in a tariff war, so we're cutting off energy. We're no more energy. We're going to charge you for the energy. You're going up on the tariffs. You're going to have to pay more for the energy from Canada. Not only that, we have a oil pipeline that runs from Canada to the America. So we get oil from Canada at a cheap price, and then America gets to sell it at a higher price. Not only that, Mexico, avocados, strawberries, all those nice little veggies and fruits that we get, they're all going up in prices if you have tariffs, right? Maple syrup, anything that has syrup, anything that has sugar, anything that has any of these resources in them. They were talking about, from Canada, lumber, housing industry. So that means now it's going to cost you more to build a house. Steel, it's going to cost you more to build buildings. Canada, we get a whole lot. There's trillions of dollars on the line of trading. You get the point, right? You get the point. So educate your friends. If your friends say, oh, it's just a tariff. No. The people of the country pay the tariffs, not the other way around. So the tariffs are 25%. Guess who gets passed on to? That means goods are going up 25% for Americans from Canada. Derek says, if you get strawberries, blueberries, you better freeze them. That's right. You better get them and freeze them. I got some frozen blueberries in my freezer right now. What did Jazzy say? Jazzy says, exactly, but we aren't going to, because we are taught to hate one another. Yes. Elise says, if the non-white people of America united and did not show up for work for a couple of days, they would understand how important we all are. Okay. Here's another thing that was in it. Here's another news headline that you need to know about. And we'll just brush across it. We will brush across it. Here we go. Let me just pop it up on the screen. I meant to do that earlier. Here we go. And this is the FBI purge. The FBI purge. Do you know what the FBI does for us? The FBI keeps us safe on American soil. CIA is international. FBI is domestic. The FBI is doing investigations on bomb threats, cell groups in America that are planning bad things for to American people. There's so many things that Americans don't even know are going on or that are happening on a day-to-day basis because the FBI solves it, takes care of it, nips it in the bud. How about investigations when people are missing? You call the feds, you call the FBI. Then local police can't do it. They send the FBI. When it's interstates, it's FBI. And if you have 1/3 of the FBI purged away, what happens to security to mainland America? You should be alarmed. And if you live in a red state, this is going to affect you big time. You should be writing your congressmen, senators. How is there a purge going on in the FBI? For revenge. Everyone that was connected to Trump being, brought up on charges, or to say the investigations on him, are now being asked, they want to fire them. It's like, what's his name? Oh, God, his TV show on YouTube. Most of these FBI agents, no one volunteers to be on a case. They are assigned the case to investigate. And you're going to lose. What happens to morale? What happens to the morale of the FBI when all of these people are being purged? Chris Christie talked about it on ABC yesterday. It takes a year and a half to get a FBI agent up to speed and ready to go out and serve. Because they got to do background checks. Then they got to go to Quantico. And then they got to go Quantico. And then they got to learn and train and educate themselves and be trained. So, and then they got to join their rank, their office, where they're going to be assigned. You're going to purge 1/3 of the FBI and not have replacements? What is going on? But guess what? This is what America voted for. This is what MAGA has voted for. And also, I'm going to say, all of the people of color that sat on, and white folks, everyone, let me just put it across the board. Everybody that sat on their hips and did not get out and vote. This is your new America. Because you didn't think it was important to vote. So it doesn't matter what color you are, or your religion, or your ideologies. You didn't think it was worth saving this country from this orange menace. Horrible. And we are about to feel some hurt. Anthony says, the orange man thinks he's Michael Cologne, and he's taking out the 5 families. Yeah. It's getting ugly. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's another headline. I'm going to bring that up also. Daddy says, I think people have to understand how scary it is that Elon Musk is trying to purge all of these offices and has access to the Treasury Department. Okay, let's go to that videotape. Let's go to that videotape, because this one we're going to spend a little time on. Hold on a second. Let me get this here. I got a little crazy here. Let's go to that videotape, because I can't just say. This one I'm going to have to give you Morning Joe. We have to give you Morning Joe for this one, because they did such a great job.
Musk and his team, with the so-called Department of Government Efficiency, gained access on Friday night. It came after a top Treasury official who had resisted Musk's efforts was put on leave and then suddenly retired after more than 35 years of working for the government. The paper also reports that the Musk allies who have been granted access to the payment system were made Treasury employees, passed government background checks, and obtained the necessary security clearances. However, the Musk representatives have yet to gain operational capabilities, and no government payments have been blocked. However, this is unprecedented. Meanwhile, the security leaders for the U.S. Agency for International Development are on administrative leave.
Now, hold on a second. I'm going to pause there right there, and we're going to go back to that. But guys, these people are in these offices, and they have not gone through any clearance. They have not been approved. Can we say this is? What do you think? Maybe I'm off, but this feels like a coup. The coup started when Trump left office, and they did on January 6th. Then they've been planning this stuff all year round, these 4 years. Now they're in place, and now they won. And now they're tearing down all of the parts of the government. All of the parts of the government. We have to be diligent and alert. Hey, Danette, I see you in the building. Danette Williams is in the building. So good to see you. Musk is a citizen, but he is a immigrant. He says, I don't understand how Musk, a non-citizen, has so much access. Yeah. Yes. This is what's happening. And the folks that in charge that they moved over into these departments are all in their 20s. Not that means that means that they're incapable, but there's all these tech boys running around. What's going on with that? Our social security numbers, your banking information, all the stuff that is available to the government. These people now have access, and they were not vetted. They were not vetted for these positions. What is going on? And we saw Trump on his way onto the airport, to his helicopter, talking about how, Musk is doing a great job. Elon Musk and Doge. So let me just put that up there now. So we're on to Elon Musk, Doge, and your information. Okay, but now it even goes further. Here we go. Listen to this.
National Development are on administrative leave after trying to prevent Musk's team from accessing USAID systems. Sources tell NBC News that Musk's team tried to access personnel files and security systems, including classified systems beyond the security level of at least some of the Doge employees. Musk targeted the agency in his pursuit of trimming federal spending. Yesterday, he posted on social media that it was time for the agency to die and accused the independent agency, without offering evidence, of being a criminal organization.
Stop. I just got to stop it here. It says USAID. This is what Elon typed out. The USAID aid, as USAID, was a viper's nest for radical left Marxists who hate America. Elon is pathetic. Then he calls the USAID evil. Then he says USAID is a criminal organization. Time for it to die. And then USAID is a criminal organization. And people, the USAID does so much work in Africa and all the countries that are poor. They get their aid, HIV, drugs, monitoring, helping kids in poverty, helping families in poverty, helping countries that are below the poverty line. They are so busy. The U.S. helps these countries and people all over the globe, mainly Africa. I will let you continue. Hold on, here we go.
USAID provides humanitarian and development assistance to other countries, primarily through funds to non-governmental organizations, foreign governments, and international groups. In the fiscal year for 2023, USAID managed over $40 billion in appropriations, which is less than 1% of the federal budget. The top recipients of the funding included Ukraine, Ethiopia, Jordan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo and Somalia. Last night, President Trump was asked about Musk's work so far and the future of USAID.
So that is where we are on that. So this is something obviously I am not the newsroom. I just try to give you guys the headlines of what's happening around us. But these are some things that you need to be thinking about and looking at. This was a great piece from Morning Joe. Don Lemon has been sharing also this morning about some stuff here. And so it is important that you stay woke. I know it has become a bad word among certain people around the U.S., but woke is good. We need to be awakened to what's going on, and we need to keep continually sharing this information with your friends, your loved ones, and your family. Now, I know some folks we got some Trumpsters in our families, some families. But guys, we have to keep sharing this information, right? Because it's important. There's a lot going on, which is what it's designed to do. We had, Elise and I had this conversation. This is what, Bannon and his people. He says, and flood the zone. So we can't keep up. Overwhelm the people. So they're exhausted. To exhaust every one of us. There's so much going on. It's only been 2 freaking weeks. It's only been 2 weeks. And it feels like we've been with this. Gotta take a breath. Gotta take a breather. Yes, I see here. Jenny says, Lisa Sealy, they need to start a lot of lawsuits. And they are. They're working on lawsuits right now. And lawyers are working on that. Because it's Congress that controls these departments, not the presidency. Especially not a vetted bunch of people that have not been vetted to go through all this information that is personal, top secret. Only few people have clearance to see this information. They say, it says, first of all, there are no reasons for Elon Musk, a private citizen, if you will, or in his case, I don't know this status. I know I'm in caps, but he does not need access to our systems for any reason. Agreed. And there's a whole lot of people that are upset this morning around Washington, D.C. And lawyers are on trying to put these cases out there. Yeah, Lisa says, sometime someone is going to have to step up and push back. So how are you guys feeling about all this? How are you guys feeling about this? I see Lisa says, where is Luigi? Where's Luigi? Jazzy says, we deeply don't understand how thankless these federal workers in how they keep us safe. Yes, it is a thankless job, but they keep us safe. Is there anything Congress can do? Is there anything Congress can do to stop this, says Lisa? Dump needs to be stopped. That's what they're going on the Hill today. Even Rand Paul said this is unacceptable, and no one agrees with Rand Paul. No one agrees with Rand Paul. So some folks are up. Some folks are up in an alarm. I see here. Yes, Jazzy says, I know, but they need to show loudly that they are going to the courts. Yes, this needs to be loud fighting. Make noise. Democrats, where are you? Make noise. There should be Democrats out there talking all day today. They're outraged. Independents, outraged. Elon Musk and the Doge people, access to our information. Jazzy says, if he does not have clearance, he can take information. If they allow him to access classified spaces and share said info without regard to our national security. Yeah, this is dangerous, y'all. This is dangerous. Dangerous. We are in dangerous times. I often this week thought, I said, in 2 years, we can make a difference. Like we could, I'm thinking in my head, wow, we can get back the House. We can get back the Congress. We can get back the Congress and we can get, the House and the Senate. So we can get back the House and Senate, Congress. And in 2 years. But a whole lot can happen in 2 years. Look at what has happened in only 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And guys, I need you to be alert. As a community, we need to be alert. And we need to be, again, part of many communities so that we're all growing together. Join, I always mention all the time, Roland Martin's community. Get with Don Lemon's community. Get with a bunch of communities so that you can educate yourself. Move away from legacy media. They are owned by the corporations. They are not giving out truth. Notice how this week, in just January, I should say January up until this weekend, I think it was Friday, how many main journalists are leaving mainstream America? Right? Chuck Todd just announced Friday he's leaving NBC. They're all leaving main legacy media because they are not doing their job. Find the communities that are going to give you the truth. Are these, yeah, if you want, you can scan that code. Scan the code. Let me send it to you. It's much easier probably for the send. I know Elise want to chime in. Okay, Elise, let me send that to you right now. Hold on a second. Elise wants to chime in. And if anybody wants to chime in, you're more than welcome. We can stay a little longer. Oh, we were late. Oh, I got to get to the lesson. Okay, I'm going to give Elise a moment. Hold on a second. Okay, and then we're going to get out of here because I know everyone has to go to work. But this is so important. This is so important. You must stay informed. And all of us who are entrepreneurs and small business owners, this is going to affect your bottom line. All of this. If you own your business, this is going to affect your business. Think about how high the prices are going to be to get, if you're a photographer and you sell your photography, how much more the frames are going to cost. How much more are the matting is going to cost? How much is it going to cost to go and put, do things? It affects everything. This affects every area of our lives. And we're back to the USAID. USAID is so important because as we are in Africa helping them, they are helping us. It's not we're giving money away. It's an investment. As we help the people of Africa, help the people in poor and marginalized communities. We support them, but they also give us information. They help us to know if Al-Qaeda is in their country or a section or building up, or what the Chinese are doing or what the Russians are doing. It's so much bigger. And I don't know if you saw last year in the summertime when Putin had his big meeting with all of the heads of the African countries in St. Petersburg, Russia. They were all there, all the leaders from Africa, because Russia is making inroads. South Africa, Trump went after the president of South Africa, our friend, another friend. Ugh. Holy moly. Holy moly. Anyway, Elise, here you are, my dear.
As you can see, I'm in my son's bedroom. But, and you hear the noise on the street.
Well, welcome to New York. This is New York. We got noisy streets here.
Absolutely. I just wanted to come out, but the thing you were talking about with Russia, they're part of BRIC too. So
yes, they're part of BRIC.
Part of that part trying to weaken the dollar. But I wanted to say, when you talk about elections, so I mentioned this before, there are 2 Senate seats that are coming up for election in April, because in Ohio where Vance left, and then where Rubio left. So those Senate seats are up for election in March. So those are going to be election. There are also 3 House seats that will have to come up for election that have been vacated.
Yes, right.
So it's not just waiting for 2 years. People in those states need to be alert now.
That's right.
And come out, because you can make some inroads now. So if they can I never say never. If you can flip those things over and you can get people in there is an opportunity for people to make a difference now. And these are all statewide seats. There, some of them are in districts, but the Senate is statewide. So there are 2 seats out there for the Senate. That's right. And 3 House seats that will come up. 2 of them in Florida. I forget what the other one is, but there are 3 that are coming up, and you need to pay attention to it. We need to pay in their elections and look and see where all your state and local elections are this year, because there are some this year. We got to be in every election. Every election counts. And I just want to make sure people understand there are some federal seats up for that House and Senate that we need to call relatives, make sure that people vote and get out and vote in those states. Ohio needs to show up. Florida needs to show up. All these people need to show up and vote for these people and flip those seats. And hopefully, I hope the tariffs do go into effect. Because it's like Gwendolyn said, until people feel it,
until they feel the pain, there's no change. They won't
feel the need to do anything.
That's right.
They won't feel that need. And then, we gotta have so many things going on. Yes, you have to pick and choose. Like and you keep saying, what are the Democrats doing? What are we doing? What are we gonna do about people having access to our information? Yeah. People without security clearance now have access to your Social Security information. Is there a class action suit? How can citizens, what's the legal advice on what people can do? We need to also explore that as well, not just Democrats, because Democrats only have so much power in the House on Capitol Hill. They don't have, they can vocalize all they want to. If they can't get any converse to come over from that other side, then it's nothing. You have to, we keep saying, what the Democrats can do, they can be vocal, but what are the quote unquote good, where are the quote unquote good Republicans?
Yeah, where are they? There? Well, they've been missing in action for a long time.
And what are they going to do otherwise, unless you're just saying you're not there? It has to be more. It's just like when we talk about everything else. It has to be more than Black people fighting for stuff. So it has to be more than Democrats, like Democrats, independent, whoever, third party people, whoever you are, you need to start coming together. You can't just say, what's this one group of people doing?
Yeah. Very true.
Jesse,
Very
I'm not
true.
going to advocate for terrorists, but people won't understand. You may not advocate for them, but people are not going to understand until they know it's real. Because if they think that he can constantly bully people and people start negotiating and backing down, they're going to say, oh, nothing's going to happen, because they may not ever feel anything happening. But sometimes you have to feel the pain to be able to understand that people don't care about you. They don't. So, that's my position. I'm not speaking for anyone else. I hope Canada toes the line and their tariffs go into effect tomorrow, because he said that's what he was going to do to them. So I think they should toe the line. And I find it interesting too that, originally the one for China was much higher than 10%.
Oh, it was 35 at one time.
Yeah. So what happened to make it 10?
Something.
I find that curious.
Yeah, they made it only 10. But someone said because they already have a tariff on some goods. Right.
But my thing is, what resources are they using, some of these people with money using for their businesses? What resources do they have coming out of China that they don't want to pay 25% more on? So I'm thinking that there's something bigger behind. Everything always bigger. But that's what I wanted to say. Pay attention to these elections. We need to find out where they are, notify people that they're out there. And those are those seats that will impact what happens in Congress as well for the rest of the year. And of course, Congress has to understand all these executive orders are things to get around them. Because the end game is to neutralize Congress. But everything comes through him. That's how the authoritarian government works.
They're taking the power away from Congress. Absolutely.
Right. That's the end goal. And that provoking, that people keep mentioning that, whether or not he's going to provoke this martial law, so then he takes total control of everything. So you have to keep all those things in mind. I think they're really working to neutralize Congress and control the judicial system as much as possible. That's what they're doing. But that's all I wanted to say. So you can go ahead and do your Motivation Monday.
Thank you for sharing. But no, that was important. That was a good reminder. You gave us good, important information there. Is that I forgot about the elections of these seats that are coming up.
Yeah.
For Ohio and Florida. And if you have relatives in those states, and I'm hoping that the independents and the Democrats are working and going from house to house, just like they would do for the presidency. They need to go house to house, talk to people, and show them what is happening. I mean, now they have a glimpse. They have something to say. Look, you voted for eggs and prices, and he hasn't even touched that yet.
Or you didn't vote because you call yourself showing somebody something, and now you're seeing it. And then, I have to say this too. I am upset with the Democrats for going along with the vote for Rubio.
Yes. They should. I don't understand why the Democrats cannot operate like the Republicans and just stay on the sidelines.
He got 99 votes.
Yeah.
And which is ridiculous. And he just put that flag that the white supremacist groups are carrying around. He has that flag on the State Department site in the corner. You go look at it, it's in the corner, unless he took it down. He may have taken it down by now because some people pointed it out. But he was a horrible choice. And my husband was busy trying to explain it to me. I said, you can never explain that to me. And I said, I would love to set up an appointment to meet with Elizabeth Warren and say, what were y'all thinking?
Yeah.
Because now he's just destroying everything.
Here's a question. You may know this, Elise. Janet says, isn't Georgia also up?
Up for what?
For there's any seats, anything going on in Georgia, elections coming up?
The most that could be up in Georgia this year would be House of Representatives, but you have Georgia senators who are now telling you that they're trying to recruit people to replace them when the Senate race comes up in I believe in 2 years.
Gotcha.
So that's what the Georgia piece that you hear now. If I can't remember if they are using we know what Marjorie Taylor Greene, they didn't take her out of there and give her a job.
We want her gone. Lord knows we want her gone.
So, but you can check it. I know they have a couple of House seats that are also in Florida They have the Senate seat in Florida. They have the Senate seat in Ohio. And I forget what a third seat is in that's going to be up in the House of Representatives. But it'll be easy to find because those are people that have either quit for a variety of reasons, or they have been moved to do something else in the administration. But those are the 5 federal seats that people need to be paying attention to in different states. And if enough things happen, maybe the folks that didn't vote will show up and vote. But there are 2 Senate seats. But the Georgia Senate seat, it doesn't come up for election or re-election for the next 2 years. They would not be up this year. So there are no major Georgia seats that are up now between now and midterms. But you do have those other seats because of cabinet seats that are up. And like I said, the 2 Senate ones come up in April. I don't know when the other seats are up, but the 2 Senate ones, the votes are in April to finish out those terms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's it. Okay, we're gonna go into our lesson. Our Motivation Monday quote for the week, and so you guys can walk away and be encouraged. Thank you, Elise. Thank you. Always,
no
you know, I tell you, she and I talked all last night. We could talk for more hours.
Till they kick us out.
We would have been still there. Thank you, Elise.
All right.
Elise always gives us great insight, and she stays in the know of what's going on, especially politically, when it especially comes to the votes. Okay, so we are going to get ready for that. Let me just share a couple of things before we start. And let me just get to the banners here. Thank you, guys. I see in the comment. Let me just go through the comments first before I go. I don't want to leave you hanging. I saw some with Lisa. You mentioned about CTAs. I don't know what is a CTA. Refresh my memory. What is the CTA? I don't remember what that is. That acronym. But I know you said many Americans are misinformed. They think the other country pays the tariffs. We have to remember his base is not the smartest. Absolutely. Everything's going up, y'all. Everything. Kimmy says those Republicans standing up for him don't realize they will have no voice as well. Yes, this is true this weekend. Lisa says, well, the Hispanic community were marching all weekend. They were marching in LA. They were marching in, I think, Indiana. I think they were also marching in Florida and DC. Yes. And this new Dem leader is popping. Oh, okay, got this, got that. Please hit the likes. Oh, yes, make sure you hit the likes. That's right. Hit the likes and subscribe. If you're new here, subscribe. If you make sure you hit the likes, it does great for the algorithms. It allows people to come in. What it does is it says, oh, people are interested in this platform. So make sure you hit the likes. It's so important that you hit the likes. There should be 20 likes. Right now, I see 20. I saw 24, 25 people. So there should be like 20, 24 likes in the system. Thank you, guys. Thank you for reminding. Okay, it's time to get to our lesson. Okay, let me pop this off. Let me remove that and stop sharing. Okay, here we go. Because this is very important. I want to encourage you for the week. And this is so important. So let's do that. And we are set up. Where's my little... Here we go. Let me just get rid of this. It can get rid of that. Let me get rid of these screens. I got a lot going on these screens. So it's going to take away from the power of this. Here we go. Now we're set up. Here we go. Okay. So today, we are talking how to break free from the constraints which we all have, or we all battle with, or we all are contend with, right? We all contend with constraints. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's pop this up nice and get this up real quick. And oops, I'm doing it properly. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. So how to break free from the constraints. I love this quote. And let me see if I can. It was going too far. It's just, okay, it's not going to do it. Okay. It's not going to do it like I want it. So I'm just going to do this. There we go. So you can see it better. Okay, here we are. It says, never be limited by other people's limited imaginations, by Dr. Mae Jemison. This quote by Dr. Jemison, the first African-American woman to travel in space, is a powerful reminder of believing in ourselves and our potential. It's a call to action to break free from the constraints others may try to impose on us and to pursue our dreams and aspirations with unwavering determination. Dr. Jemison's words encourage us to, 1, embrace our uniqueness. I love this one. Each of us has our unique talents, perspectives, and experiences. But embracing what makes us different, we can achieve extraordinary things. You are uniquely qualified to do the thing you are called to do. Remember that, right? Your laugh is unique. The way you see the world is unique. If you're a photographer out there, the way you take and interpret the world is unique. The way you photograph is unique. The way you may add a little shadows versus a little light is unique to you. Everything you do is unique to you. You bring your life experience. Like Lise and I were talking last night, and we were talking about a book that she should be in the process of doing. And we were talking about just life in general, that every hurdle, every obstacle, everything that has happened to you in your life makes you unique. The good, the bad, the ugly, the joys, they have made you unique. Only you have had those experiences. And because of that, only you can talk to certain matters, right? Only you can help people with certain problems because you uniquely have gone through them. This has given you wisdom to help people. So embrace your uniqueness. Don't feel like, oh, I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, right? I'm too dark, I'm too light. We are hard on ourselves, but embrace your uniqueness. It is who you are. Here's another one. Number 2, challenge challenge societal expectations. Society often tries to define what is possible based on past experiences and existing norms. By challenging these limitations, we can pave the way for new possibilities and innovations. Someone said, you know what? With all this stuff that's going on in the world and all the banning of DEI and all the stuff that they're going after people of color and all the poor people that are going to suffer and all this stuff, and all about the norms of wherever we are, from the past, we are not our grandparents. We can learn from our grandparents. We can gain their wisdom from our grandparents, our parents, our great-grandparents, our ancestors. But this is a new time, and we can rise above the challenges of societal expectations that say you are a woman and so you can't have this kind of job. You are a person of color and you can't have this kind of job. You're a white guy that lives in some southern state in the back, in the country, and they say you can't do it. Right? You can stand up and break out of the challenges of our societal expectations. You can do that. You can do it. I can do it. We can do it. Number 3, trust our abilities. Trust in our abilities. Self-belief is crucial to overcome obstacles and reaching our goals. When we trust in our abilities, we can push beyond the boundaries that others set up for us. Trust yourselves. Trust in who you are. Again, you uniquely are qualified to do what you do. When you go to your job and you're working in your job, you bring a perspective that no one else. So believe in yourself. Believe in what you do. Believe in how you feel about a matter. You are important. Every part of the body is important. You know, there's an old scripture, and I'm going to paraphrase it. Can the hand say to the arm, I don't need you? Can your foot say to the leg, I don't need you? Can your leg say to the finger, I'm better than you? No. The whole body working together, every one of us in our uniqueness working together makes us stronger as a country, as a family, as a church, in your societal organization, wherever that organization you're a part of, in your business, in your job. All of the parts working together makes it stronger. If one part of the body's infected, the rest of the body feels it, right? So when in this community, we have a community here. There's 22 people in the room right now. When one is hurting, we all hurt together. If one person in our society, let's say, a group of people are being persecuted in our society, we all hurt. But every person, every part of our societies, whether you're Native American, Mexican, African, white, from Europe, all parts of Europe, all parts of Africa, all parts of the Caribbean, and you come from those places, you bring a unique experience to America. You bring a unique experience to the world. You are important. So, in closing, in essence, this guide is this quote is a call to transcend the limitations imposed by others and to reach for the stars, both figuratively or literally. Dr. Jemison herself is a shining example of what can be achieved when we refuse to be constrained by others' narrow perceptions of what is possible. I'm sure, as the first Black woman astronaut, she went through hell to get there. But she didn't let anything stop her. She didn't let her Blackness stop her. She didn't let being a woman stop her. She didn't let her education, where she came from, her background, stop her. She kept pressing forward to become who she is as an astronaut, the first African American. And you can do a little study on her. She's an interesting story as an astronaut. Those that are close to me know that when I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut. Yeah. Something about that field that's so special. And she overcame all those obstacles to become America's first African American. Okay, guys. So on this week, you are bigger than your constraints. You can break free of them, all of them. And you can do it. I believe in you, and you need to believe in yourself. Okay. Thank you guys for joining in. If you have any questions, make sure you put them in the comment box. I always like to hear from you. Call to action. Call to action. Yes. What are you doing this week? What are you doing to rise above yourself? Can I ask that question? Since we just had this conversation before I let you go, what are you doing At least it brings up a good point. Call to action. What is your call to action this week? How are you going to get rid of those constraints? The constraints in your brain that tell you you can't do. Sometimes, you know, I went through a period where I had to put I learned this from, believe it or not, BET. There was a show about the young lady, Gabrielle Union was in the show, and she used to put stickers on her mirror of affirmations. And so I went through a period of putting affirmations on my mirror so I can look at myself and say, you are great. You are wonderful. You are loved. And then I had to learn by looking in the mirror and say, I love you. Do you know how hard it is for some people to look in the mirror and say to themselves, I love you to themselves? There's some call to action necessary with such great words, right? Great words, great quote. Look in the mirror today. Look in the mirror sometime today and give yourself a hug. Give yourself a little bit of love and grace. Okay. Thank you, Lisa, for reminding us the call to action. Yeah. Lisa says, I have posties. I post everywhere, and I'm making some Hello Healing ones for everyone else. There you go. And hey, Tanja is in the building. What's going on, Tanja? She says, yes. Amparo sends the thanks. Dredia says, Dred D says, great segment, important and much needed. Thank you. Awesome, says Mr. Omar. Omar says, awesome. Okay. We're out, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And I will see you. So I'll see you Wednesday because tomorrow I'm at the doctor's office. So I'm at the doctor's office. I'll see you on Wednesday. We might have a guest on Wednesday. Okay. There we go. Later. Bye-bye. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.